Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. This time we're tackling something I know is probably already on your mind.
Yeah.
Christmas 2024.
hmm
We found this article. It's called 6 Easy Ways to Start Preparing for Christmas in 2024.
Okay.
And honestly, the title is kind of straightforward. But believe me, there's more to this than meets the eye. We're not just aiming for a joyful Christmas this year, but one that's financially savvy too.
Yeah, it's interesting how the article tackles the financial anxieties I feel like a lot of people are feeling right now head on.
Right.
Instead of sugarcoating things,
Uh,
it jumps right into practical ways to celebrate and
mhm.
stay within budget.
Yeah, that's kind of what caught my eye too. And one of the first things they suggest
Okay.
is something we might not always think of,
What's that?
talking about finances,
Yeah.
openly with family and friends.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's more than just avoiding surprises, right? Like when
Mhm.
everyone's open about expectations, budget limitations,
Yeah.
it takes a huge weight off everyone's shoulders.
For sure.
You're all in it together. And that, I think, creates a more relaxed and collaborative atmosphere.
Absolutely. And that leads into another great idea that the article highlights, collaborative gifting,
Okay.
like Secret Santa.
Oh, yeah.
It not only keeps costs down,
Uh-huh.
but it adds a fun element of surprise to the whole process.
I've actually found that Secret Santa with the well-defined price limit
Mm-hmm.
can actually lead to more thoughtful gifts.
Yeah.
Instead of scrambling for multiple presents,
Yeah.
people tend to put more effort into finding that one perfect item. Like last year, for instance, I received this hand-bound journal with a personalized inscription,
Oh, that's cool.
something I would never have bought for myself, but I absolutely treasure it. And it's about quality over quantity,
Uh-huh.
which is a key part of conscious consumerism, a concept the article touches on as well.
I love that. And speaking of thoughtful gifts,
Yeah.
the article is a big advocate of wish lists,
Okay.
which honestly feels like a game changer.
It really does change the dynamics, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Wish lists take the guesswork out of gifting. It's about respecting everyone's preferences,
For sure.
minimizing waste,
Mhm.
and ensuring that the gifts given are truly appreciated and used.
Right.
Plus, it ties into that concept of conscious consumerism we just mentioned, being mindful of what we consume
Yeah.
and its impact. It's about shifting the focus from mindless accumulation to thoughtful selection.
I'm with you on that. How many times have you received a gift that just ends up collecting dust?
So many times, right?
I know. Wish lists are a win-win for everyone.
Yeah.
It's not just about getting what you want.
Right.
It's about making sure your gift brings genuine joy to the recipient.
Exactly. And think about the types of items you could include on a wish list.
Like what?
Practical gadgets,
I know.
subscriptions you've been eyeing,
Hmm?
even everyday essentials.
Right.
You wouldn't normally splurge on for yourself.
Yeah,
It opens up a whole range of options at different price points.
totally.
What are some things you'd put on your wish list, for example?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think a subscription to a streaming service I'm wanting to try would be awesome.
Oh, nice.
It's something I'd enjoy throughout the year. And it takes the pressure off finding a physical gift. But let's get into the practicalities of budgeting for all this.
Okay.
The article talks about setting up a sinking fund,
Mm-hmm.
which might sound a bit daunting at first.
Yeah, it's actually a very simple concept when you break it down.
Okay.
Think of it as a dedicated savings account,
Mm-hmm.
specifically for Christmas. You figure out your total estimated expenses, gifts, travel decorations, the whole shebang,
Uh-huh.
and divide that by the number of weeks until Christmas.
Okay.
Then you consistently put aside that amount each week. So if you're aiming for, say, $500 total,
Okay.
that might mean setting aside $25 a week starting now.
Wow.
Suddenly it feels much more manageable.
That's a great point. It's like breaking down a big goal into smaller bite-sized pieces.
Exactly.
And you know what makes it even easier? What's it? Setting up automatic transfers to your sinking fund. It's the set it and forget it approach to saving, which I find super helpful.
I like that. And what's great is that this approach can benefit you beyond just the holiday season.
really?
Yeah, you're essentially building a positive financial habit that can be applied to other goals throughout the year.
Okay, so we talked about communication, wish lists, and sinking funds.
Uh-huh.
But the article also suggests something called a pre-holiday spending detox.
Ooh.
Could you elaborate on that a bit?
Think of it as like a pre-holiday cleanse for your finances.
Right.
The article suggests things like brewing your coffee at home instead of buying it daily, reassessing those subscription services you rarely use,
Yeah.
and seeking out free or low-cost entertainment options.
I actually love that idea. It's not about deprivation. It's about making conscious choices.
Right.
Instead of mindlessly spending, you're being more intentional with your money.
Exactly.
What are some specific examples of free or inexpensive activities people could explore?
Oh, there are so many options. You could check out websites
Right.
like Eventbrite or Meetup for free or low-cost events in your local area. A lot of museums offer free admission days or evenings.
Oh, that's right.
You could also explore free online courses on platforms like Coursera or ADX. Even something as simple as having a potluck dinner with friends.
Oh, yeah.
Or a board game night can be fun and affordable.
Those are great suggestions. I'm already thinking about a themed movie night potluck
Yeah.
with my friends.
That sounds fun.
And speaking of making things fun,
Yeah.
the article even suggests turning the pre-holiday detox into a friendly competition.
Oh, that's a clever way to add some motivation.
Yeah.
You could challenge friends or family members
Okay.
to see who can save the most. By cutting back on non-essential expenses, you could even set up a prize for the winner.
Ooh,
Maybe
yeah.
like a gift certificate to their favorite store or a donation to their chosen charity.
I love that. It's a win-win for everyone involved. And while we're on the topic of saving,
Yeah.
I have to ask about something that piqued my curiosity in the article.
Okay.
Those sales periods,
Yeah.
like Black Friday and Cyber Monday,
Yeah.
they can be kind of overwhelming, but I know a lot of people swear by them for Christmas shopping.
It's all about strategy, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
These sales events can be fantastic opportunities to
Mm.
snag great deals, but you need to approach them with a plan. That means having a clear idea of what you need, setting a budget that you're comfortable with,
Right.
and resisting the temptation to impulse buy.
That's such important advice. It's so easy to get caught up in the frenzy of those sales and end up overspending on things you don't really need.
I know.
Do you have any tips on how to navigate those sales effectively?
Start by making a list
Okay.
of the specific items that you're looking for and set a price limit for each item.
Mm-hmm.
Sign up for email alerts from your favorite retailers so you're aware of upcoming sales and promotions.
Good idea.
And consider using price comparison websites or apps to ensure you're getting the best possible deal.
Those are great practical tips. The article also mentions a few tech tools. That can be really helpful, even if you're not super tech savvy.
Yes, coupon apps, cashback programs, and price alert trackers can be game changers. These tools level the playing field and empower even those who aren't comfortable with technology to become savvy shoppers.
Okay.
For example, with a price alert tracker, you can enter the specific product you want and set your desired price. Then you'll receive a notification when the price drops to your target, so you never miss a bargain.
I actually use price alert trackers all the time. It's so satisfying to snag a deal on something you've had your eye on,
Right?
especially knowing you're staying within your budget.
Right.
And you know what else I find helpful?
What's that?
The FAQ sections in articles like this.
Oh, yeah.
They often address common questions and offer practical advice.
I agree. The FAQ section in this article is particularly well done.
It is. It covers everything from managing family expectations to finding creative gift ideas. One question that stood out to me was about navigating those potentially awkward conversations about finances with loved ones.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What are your thoughts on approaching that delicate topic?
It can be a bit tricky, but I think honesty and transparency are key. Maybe start by expressing your own desire to be more mindful of spending this year
Okay.
and frame it as a way to make the holiday more enjoyable for everyone.
Yeah.
Suggest brainstorming together to find creative and budget-friendly ways to celebrate.
That's a great approach. Framing it as a collaborative effort rather than imposing limitations.
Right.
I think that can make a big difference.
Exactly.
You could even share some of the tips and strategies we've discussed, like the idea of a secret Santa
Yeah.
or focusing on experiences rather than expensive gifts.
I agree.
And the article's FAQ also had some good advice on dealing with expectations around gift giving, particularly when it comes to children.
Oh, that's a big one.
Any thoughts on that?
I think it's crucial to have age-appropriate conversations with children about the value of experiences and the importance of thoughtful gift giving. Instead of focusing on a long list of toys, maybe encourage them to choose one or two special items they truly desire. You can also emphasize the joy of giving and involve them in creating homemade gifts for family and friends.
I love that. It's about shifting the focus from material possessions to shared experiences and the joy of giving.
Sure.
It seems like this whole deep dive has been about reframing our mindset around Christmas, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. We started by acknowledging the economic realities, and potential anxieties around the holidays,
Mm.
but we've explored so many empowering strategies to not just survive Christmas, but to truly thrive during this time.
Yeah.
It's about taking control, being intentional with our choices, and finding joy in the simple things.
So well said. It's about remembering that the true magic of Christmas lies in the connections we make, the generosity we share, and the memories we create, not in the price tags or the extravagance. Do you have any final thoughts you'd like to leave our listeners with?
I would encourage everyone listening to view this deep dive, not just as a guide to Christmas 2024,
Okay.
but as a starting point for cultivating a more mindful and intentional approach to all areas of life.
That's a good point.
The principles we've discussed: open communication, conscious consumerism, thoughtful planning, and finding joy in the simple things can be applied to everything, from personal finances to relationships and overall well-being.
What a powerful takeaway. It's about recognizing that we have the power to create a life that is both fulfilling and financially responsible.
Exactly. It's a journey, and we're all constantly learning and evolving. Be kind to yourself, celebrate your progress, and keep exploring